Why did President Zelensky become a hot daddy? Why does everyone seem to have a crush on him these days? My name is Antonina. I'm a transformational coach and mentor for the 1%ers who are looking for creative solutions and strategies. President Zelensky has become an overnight daddy.
Zelensky's leadership is surprising a lot of people. I'm not sure why.
He was a comedian, and now he's
And an artist,
And there's so many people to admire in what's going on right now, and he's number one.
Just a few short months ago, majority of the population did not know who Volodymyr is, even where Ukraine is located on the map. Right now, he is the biggest man crush for men and women alike on the planet. Today in this video, we're going to explore as to why this is the case. I'm going to take you through 5 points. Let's look at the context as to why this is happening right now. Number one, we have to understand that we have been living through times of uncertainty, starting with the pandemic, which is at this point around 3 years old and is still pretty active in some countries. This means that we have been sat at home, forced to break from our routines, such as going to school or going to work. For many people, it meant a change in lifestyle altogether. All of these factors create a massive stress on our systems because anything that is unusual or out of the norm, and it also created a lot of uncertainty. Evolutionally, we're always striving for certainty. As a whole, the world is crying out for the energy of a true patriarchy, which is the opposite of toxic masculinity that has been at the center, at the forefront for the last 5 to 6 years, from about the start of the Me Too movement. True patriarch is somebody who is honorable, somebody who keeps their word, somebody who is a great leader, somebody who says and does what he says. So who is in integrity with their word, somebody who is a provider and protector. And as is, Volodymyr Zelensky is embodying all of these qualities as a leader of his country, which is making him really attractive to a majority of the population.
Я нормальный мужик.
Number 2, consistency and doing what he says he will do. So as a child, you have probably experienced your parents or caretakers being really consistent in 2 things: waking you up in the morning and putting you to bed. The reason that this is done is because routine is psychologically have massive benefit for the formation of the nervous system. Now, if you look at Zelensky's Instagram feed, you will recognize that this is what he's doing to his country folks. Every morning and every evening, he comes out and he shares about the in and outgoings of the country, the victories achieved throughout the day, reform changes, and other positive news, which keeps the morale of the country.
Україна не здається, військові не здаються, народ не здається. Ми переможемо, і це 100%. Слава Україні!
But also creates a consistency. He's acting like a father and a daddy.
За кожного українця ми боремось. І про всіх пам'ятаємо. І кожному, і кожній вдячні.
Number 3, everyone's respect grew towards President Zelensky when the West offered him an evacuation plan, to which he replied, "I need ammo, not a ride," and continued fighting amongst his people. These are the inherent qualities of a warrior, a long-forgotten archetype that still exists in our psyche, and a base quality, which, by the way, is incidentally connected to our inherent need, basic need of survival, that create a sense of safety throughout his country folk. In his decision to stay and in his decision to fight amongst the rest of the country, he's demonstrating to them that he's one of them. Moreover, he is willing as a man, as a leader, as a president, to do what needs to be done, which is to protect his people. This is what he swore at when he entered the office.
He set the precedent of what a president should be. A president is there with his or her people.
4. In simple layman's term, we as in humanity are always rooting for the underdog. It is written in our psyche and in our history. In this scenario, we have to admit that Ukraine is the underdog in terms of its size, in terms of its ammunition, and in terms of its availability and preparedness for war. And so is Zelensky. He is not even a politician per se, yet his bravery, his courage, his willingness to stand up to things that are morally wrong meant that everyone bought into his narrative and are wanting to see him win, therefore wanting to see Ukraine win, associating his qualities with them as a whole.
The President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. Slava Ukraina! Slava Ukraina!
Glory to heroes.
So 5. Zelensky's artistic temperament, his delivery, his confidence and his charisma serves as a mirror for the country, folk who use him as a feedback loop system and measure against him about the overall climate of the country. In the way that he presents himself and his speeches, he breeds encouragement, motivation, faith, and trust into the fact that things will get better. What do you think are the qualities that make President Zelensky the leader that he is? What stands out to you in particular? How do you view him? Share and leave your comment underneath this video. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.